Hello and welcome here today to Conny Decorates and
Micha, the cameraman, hard at work.
yes, working very hard. Exactly. And it's actually extremely warm today, and that's our topic for today. A summery table setting with eucalyptus, thistles and peonies. And yes, a wreath that we would like to hang on the door afterwards, and to go with it, let's say a floral arrangement. Dear ones, and if you want to know how it works, stay tuned, because we're going to show you now. I would say let's start with the things we need for the wreath decoration. And let's take a look here. Earlier, while I was standing here, I already started cutting a little bit. And today we have two different types of eucalyptus. I think it's really nice because here we have the smaller leaves and here this wonderful large leaf, which I really like with this white, with this coating. I just love eucalyptus in all its forms. They are such beautiful leaves. But as I said, I was lucky to get these two varieties. And I think it's great because you can really see the differences in the wreath. Then today I have this paddle wire. It's always really easy to handle. I always find it very practical. And since I don't have any straw wreaths left, but I still have these wire frames here, this wreath, I have that. Then I have some garden shears, a pair of side cutters, which I still need to get my con, that's it. And I would say let's get started. And actually it's always best before you really get going to cut the pieces to size in advance. And here I've just gone ahead and I'd say cut them to about 8 to 10 centimeters. And I'll show you this again here. I'm just eyeballing it here and carefully cutting what I need, which actually works out quite well for me. I'll show you here with this branch. You can, I'd say, start up here if you want to, and then you'll have a second piece which you can also easily incorporate into the wreath. Exactly, and that's what I'm going to do now with both types. So we've already finished one pile, and now I'll take this other eucalyptus and do the same thing with it. Now, first of all, I'm just going to cut off all the small pieces here because it's really beautiful here. That way we'll get some really great fullness. This is actually the main part of the work. First, cutting the little branches, or well, cutting them to size. And once you start binding, it goes really quickly. Cut nicely to length. One batch of eucalyptus and one of the other. I've set each of them aside, and now I'm taking my binding wire. We're already familiar with this. I wrap it around my wreath once and twist it together, just like before. And now you can also twist it a bit more on the side of the wreath, and then it should hold really well, and it does perfectly. Wonderful. And then we can already get started. Let's get going. Now I'll just take a few here. You can see that's where I cut it, but I don't think that's a problem at all. You can still use them perfectly well. And now I'll start by making a small bunch with the eucalyptus. If it doesn't fit quite right, you can carefully trim the bottom just a bit to the right length. And then I place it up here, take the binding wire, and just like with the Roman wreath, we pull it nice and tight, making sure everything is secure and in place. I think for the first time I'll wrap it around 3 times, pull it tight, and it's nice and secure. Wonderful. Now I'll take the other eucalyptus and make another little bunch. I'll just lay it out. I think that's enough. And I'll place it here. I'd say I put it about next to the second one. And now I'll lay it here again in the same way. Hold it tightly with the binding wire. And now I'm going around twice again to secure it nicely. I've taken a bit more of the other eucalyptus and I'm going to add that here as well. You just have to see for yourselves whether you want it to look really bushy. What's really nice, of course, is that they're extremely long lasting, or rather they dry out beautifully and you can enjoy this wreath for a very long time. We'll use it as a table decoration first, and then I'll hang it on the door and we'll have a really lovely door wreath. And it's so beautiful when the leaves, you know, when they stick out a little like that. That's really fantastic. So now I'm just going to go all the way around with this. Alright, now we're almost at the end. You can see it here, right? And if, for example, the stems are a bit too long here, I don't think that's a problem at all. What I always do is just quickly cut off the excess here. And there you go. That's not really how it should be. I just wanted to say the length isn't perfect. You can simply trim off the excess at the bottom. So now I have these leftovers here, and I'd say I'll just keep going until the very end. Now we're at the end here. So this was basically the starting point, and here I'm going to do almost precision work again. There's still a little bit left over. Now I'll just take some more eucalyptus, and you can also add a few more pieces in here. And now I'm actually going to take some of the other small ones. I'll add those in here as well, and basically tuck them under the starting point. That actually works quite well. And then I'll take my wire again, go underneath and pull it tight. I think now I'll maybe just take a few more small ones and wire them right in here as well. I still have the last ones left, so let's make them a bit shorter. And look, you can really stick them in here perfectly. Now I'll go underneath here once more with the wire to secure it. I turn the wreath over, cut off the wire, tie it off at the back again, go through the back a few times, twist it tight, and then it holds perfectly. And I'd say, take a look.
It's finished.
The DIY eucalyptus wreath, the base, is already done. As I said, this will now match our table decoration, and afterwards we'll make a beautiful wreath for the front door. What I also got are these thistles, and I think color-wise they fit perfectly. And I actually wanted to have a bit of baby's breath as well. I forgot that. But now I'll just quickly cut the thistle here, and then you can simply stick it right into the wreath. Beautiful. So that really worked out great, and it holds perfectly. So I'm just going to give it a try. I was really able to stick them in here perfectly, and I don't even want to use hot glue or anything like that. Do you like it too, Micha?
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's actually enough. Of course, if you had a straw wreath, you would have a lot more volume, or with Mühlenbeck, or really, no matter which natural wreath you used as a base. But I think the flat one is just right for the table, and it matches the vase that we still want to make, because 2 subscribers had asked me if I could do something with that, and I couldn't get any lilies. Plus we just had another decoration with lilies. That's why what I was able to get are peonies. And since this is now a bit, well, how should I put it, a bit more substantial, I think this flat wreath fits perfectly with it. So we'll set it aside for now, and then I'd say let's start with the vase. Here's a large ceramic plate, which always works great for this. I actually don't have that. I'm still using it elsewhere, so we're just using a regular wooden disc. Exactly. And now we're just going to use one of these. I always think they're really great, these LED real wax candles. I think it looks very natural, very simple, and I believe it fits quite well, don't you think?
Yes.
We hope you think so too, because now we're moving on to the second table decoration idea, which goes along with it. And what's always really useful, freezer bags are super waterproof. I don't have any, but now I'm just going to use a regular trash bag here. So we're going to put this in the container now, because I'm not sure since it's not glazed on the inside and whether it's completely waterproof. That's why I just put it in there. And now I'll take my floral foam. Right, we've got the foam here. I've soaked it really well. I don't even need that much. I've just cut off a piece here so that it's the right size, and I can stick it in perfectly. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. And yes, that should hold really well. Let's see. A piece slipped down, and now I'm just going to halve it again and fit it in there so that we have enough floral foam inside. And now I'll just put that in as well. That's a bit too much. I'll just cut it to size now. There, perfect. The eucalyptus, of course, that's our base today. And look at this one. I'm just going to do it the usual way, cutting the end at an angle and then sticking it into the floral foam, into the wet floral I actually like it now because it leans a bit to the side. I'll leave it like that and we'll get a bit more volume on the sides. And now I'll cut the others as well and work them in here. Do you like the eucalyptus?
This? Yeah, it goes well with the wreath.
And it smells so wonderful, doesn't it?
Yes.
It really does smell fantastic. These esoteric oils are truly fascinating and the scents are well unique. I think I'll see if I can stick something short in here at the front. But we can take another look at that in a moment, because I actually have quite a few peonies and I really want to put a good amount of those in. They were all closed this morning. It's been so warm today that even though I kept them cool, they've all opened up completely. Look, they were really even more closed than these, and now it's like they've exploded. It's incredible. Also, they're so full, just absolutely beautiful. And now let's just see how we can add them in there. First, I'm going to remove all the leaves down here, of course, and the ones that don't look so nice. Unfortunately, these here aren't looking so good anymore. I'll take those off as well and cut them at an angle again with the knife, of course, and then I'll decorate with them here. At the bottom there are quite a few brown leaves, so I'll carefully remove those as well, just so the blossom looks nice again, but only 1 or 2 leaves. And yes, then it'll be perfect again, and I'll cut them to the right length now. This one isn't looking so nice anymore either. Up here I'll also remove all the leaves and carefully break off the outer petals that are a bit brown, and mushy just gently twist them off like this. And then we have a beautiful blossom again, and I'll place it. I've cut this one very short. Again, so many companions here. We're about to start, and I'll tuck this one in down here as well. Look, I'll turn it around. It should be centered again too. I think that's pretty good like this. There's still a brown leaf. I'll just carefully remove that as well. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely beautiful. These flowers are truly fascinating. And before I check if I can free up another branch or two for you, I'll actually take the thistle, which is also really fantastic. And now I'll just see how we can add it in there. It's a bit random here. I've now taken off a small piece here, which you can also work into the wreath later on, maybe a bit to the side. That fits perfectly, of course, but up here I'm going to remove a bit of the greenery, clean it up a little. And yes, I think it's good like this. Of course, I'll cut it at an angle again, and then let's see, these colors are just fantastic. We really hope that you enjoy this explosion of color back here. Wonderful. I don't think we even need any more eucalyptus. I'll turn it around and take a look. How beautiful is that, Micha, right?
Yes.
That's really great, isn't it? I think it's really starting to become perfect, at least for us, of course. I've now added 2 small eucalyptus branches at the front, letting them hang down a bit. I'll do the same at the back here so that the transition to the vase looks good and everything harmonizes nicely together. And I'll just quickly do that at the back now as well. And the 2 geckos. I think if you saw it in the shop corridor at Erlka's, I think I showed them there. And I really, really like them, especially now in the summer. And I think placed here at the front, you can really incorporate them beautifully into the decoration. And yes, I really like it a lot. And of course, we also hope that you liked it too, because then we would really appreciate a thumbs up, a free subscription. And if you always want to be notified when a new video is online, just activate the bell. Exactly. And Micha, do you like it?
Very nice. Really?
It's fresh and summery, isn't it?
Yes. Beautiful colors.
Yes, really. So airy and light. I really like this relaxed style. I'm not a fan of the compact look, but everyone has their own preferences. But we still hope that maybe we were able to inspire you with this. And once again, many thanks to the subscribers. One of you wanted lilies, as I said. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. But I did get the peony today. It's already very open because it's warm, but yes, that's it, dear ones. So I'll say see you soon, yours Conny, and
Yours, Micha, the cameraman.
yep, take care, dear ones. Bye.
Bye.